Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Brantford Red Sox Report, our opening episode, which today featured our special guest, new All-Star Chris Ortega. For this final segment every week, we're going to take a little bit more of a macro look at the Brantford Red Sox season, look at our standing in the IBL, look at some games from the past week, and fill those viewers in that may not have gotten the chance to watch the last week of Brantford Red Sox baseball, or who may just be finding out about our team and our awesome IBL contest today. We're going to look back at a couple of our scoreboards from the week of July 3rd to 6th. Our first game was a road effort against the Welland Jackfish, that game in Welland. Those of you that know the league at all, know the IBL, know just how good the Jackfish are. They started off the season on an incredible undefeated run and have since remained the top team in the IBL as of this day of taping. That was a 9-3 contest where Jose Dominguez, he picks up his fourth win of the season, remains undefeated. He'll be a feature in the All-Star game. He has been incredible this season. On the losing side, Nikolai Arbach goes to 0-3 on the season. But those of you that know the Brantford Red Sox, that know Nikolai Arbach, his deadly combination of velocity and pitch release angle, he's an incredible player for this team, and I'm fully confident that record will turn around. The MVP of that game I've designated as Chris Ortega, who we talked about today, but maybe his best performance of the week didn't come until the next game we'll jump over to now. That was a road contest, and that was a big win for the Brantford Red Sox, arguably our most important clutch victory of the season. We've been on the wrong side of a number of late-game comebacks this season. It was good to finally get one go our way. Owen Boone was the starter for that game, and congratulations to Owen Boone. Yesterday, at the time of taping, was that 18-0 win, the Hamilton Cardinals over the Kitchener Panthers, where he registered the first complete game no-hitter in the IBL in 40 long years. He was exceptional in that contest. That game against Hamilton, though, he ties it up, Chris Ortega with the homer, and Brody Black sends it home with the game winner. That was a big win to bring us to 6 wins on the season. Our next game, though, was at home. It was right here on Rogers TV on Sunday, July 6th, and it was such an important game. We're going to walk you through the highlights now. And we were live from Arnold Anderson Stadium, covered on Rogers TV, right here on Channel 20. That was a Sunday contest, a hot day, warm weather, and the players could feel it. Starting off in the top of the first, scoreless to that point in the game, but 2 runners already on base. This big hit and fielding error from new substitute shortstop Lucas Lefebvre goes over the head of our first baseman, makes it a 2-0 lead early for the Jackfish. Brantford really trying to limit early leads this year. Cassidy Watt, though, registered a big hit that scores. The man himself, our guest today, Chris Ortega, he brings it home for the first Brantford run of the day and his team leading run total on the season. Here was where it started to get cracked wide open, though. That right field area, that right field fence was an attack point for hitters all day, and Mateo Porchelato makes it a 6-1 ball game at the time with his big 3-run home run. That lead would extend over the course of the day. More runners came in to score later in the top of the first. Brantford just could not get any luck with ball bounces, a lot of misplays in the infield, but finally some offense, down 13-3. It's Graham Tebbett, substitutes in at the right field position as a designated hitter, absolutely mashes that one to the same spot that Brandon Luther hits his home run to earlier in the game. And why not? We'll add to the right field fence party, Ren Takioka. He's always thought of as a contact guy, hitting .437 on the year, but he finds some power upside, mashes that one, and you can see him talking to the umpire. Cute little bat flip on the end of that game. Tensions were high, and so were the swings towards the end of the game. Just couldn't find pay dirt against the Welland bullpen. The Welland Jackfish take the big win at home in Brantford, 16-8 the final in that game. And with that contest against Welland in Brantford in the books, the Brantford Red Sox unfortunately dropped to 6-18, and the team hasn't had a game since Sunday, so that is where our record stands in the IBL. We'll show you now the full IBL standings as of July 10th. A couple games on that board have changed, including Kitchener adding an all-important loss in the column for our playoff hunt with the Panthers. We sit at 6-18, the Panthers sitting up there with 9 wins. Guelph and Hamilton a little bit higher at 11-10, but as I kind of touched on earlier, the momentum for those teams has been a real question. They've kind of hit a hitting slump at the same time that we here in Brantford have had our hitters firing on all cylinders better than ever. So that gives you a better idea of where we sit heading into this weekend's games and the week ahead that we'll talk about in just a moment, with 3 games the deficit with roughly 20 left in our IBL season. We'll look ahead to our schedule for the rest of July. By the time you're seeing this, we will have played a couple more games than taping, but the next game for you in the future there will be July 18th. That's going to be an effort in Brantford, live on IBL Brantford Red Sox YouTube against the 13-10 Barry Baycats. And the Barry Baycats are a team that is a real mystery really for the entire IBL. They've been one of the premier organizations the last couple of years. They've looked a little bit more questionable later on in the season. They're sitting at 13-10, relatively middling, but I see them as a team whose on-field performance will reflect a little bit higher than their record. So we play them on the 18th, then we go on the road against the Guelph Royals, July 19th. July 25th, we take a big break off, and we're back at home. We have a lot of home games in the bank for the Brantford Red Sox. We've played a lot of road contests. Barrie and London back-to-back, 25th, 26th. 26th, a road contest on the 27th, and then we round off the month of July with our all-important final game in the grudge match against Kitchener. That will not only be important for playoff seeding, but remember the all-important tiebreaker here in the IBL for seeding. Let's move on to the All-Star discussion, because today the All-Star announcement was made here early this morning. Mark Perret, who I'll have the pleasure of being joined alongside on commentary later today, made the announcement there on the IBL YouTube. And we're going to walk you through, starting with the North starters. We'll take a look at everybody who's going to feature here in the IBL All-Star game on July 20th in Hamilton. We'll show you the North starters. Now we'll show you the South starters. And the all-important man, he was our guest of the day, Chris Ortega, will get the start at first base. And that is a competitive spot too, because that spot is Grayson Barrett's position. Byron Reichstein, I think, he gets designated as a DH, but he's been exceptional at the first base position. A lot of players this year were in contention for those spots, but in the end, it is our very own Chris Ortega, to my knowledge, powerfully leading that voting. We'll show you the North reserves here, and then just a moment, we'll show you the South reserves, where the rest of our players are going to feature for this year's All-Star game. Showing the South reserves, it's Aiden Armitage getting the appearance there. Our entire starting rotation, I got a media vote this year, and there were a lot of guys I considered. Connor Irvin, a multi-time player of the week. He's been exceptional. Pedro de los Santos, I'm kind of sad didn't get the call there in relief. Of course, Fernando Rodney, Ayami Soto. There were a lot of players that should have got very good consideration, so he doesn't make it. But Aiden Armitage and Ren Takioka had an argument late in the season, smaller sample size. He's been exceptional, hitting .437. He will appear as a reserve. We want to move on to one more important guy on our team, our final representative for the Brantford Red Sox making the All-Star game. Congratulations to our bat boy, Emmett. We'll show you here. They made up a post for him. Emmett will represent our South Conference there at the All-Star game. He's exceptional. He's a great member of the team. We'll show you a couple photos, including one with him and a couple players, including today's guest, Chris Ortega. Emmett is such an awesome presence around the entire field. I've never had the pleasure of meeting him in my time on commentary, but you see him out there and he's such a positive presence. He's got such a great rapport with the guys. And I will say, I've said to people around the league, that kid can hit in batting practice. He's often the last guy up in the batting cage. He knows how to mash a baseball. To bring us to the close here for Brantford Red Sox Report, I want to tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing the rest of the year. Every week, we're bringing a new guest, provide a new perspective, and the reason we're doing this show is because the Brantford Red Sox community at games is so strong. We have such an iconic legacy in the IBL, over 100 years of history, 15 championships, and we want to bring in and showcase the people that make the Brantford community so special. So tune in, we'll give you a little bit more information. We're going to show our social media handles on the bottom if you want to follow the Brantford Red Sox anywhere, but we want to thank you for watching us here on Rogers TV. We want to remind you, reverse tariff season there at the Brantford Red Sox, Arnold Anderson Stadium. You'll have games coming up ahead. We showed you the schedule. Come out to a game. The Brantford Red Sox is a great experience. I'm Marshall Crocker, the on-air play-by-play commentary every week on either Rogers TV or the Brantford Red Sox IBL YouTube channel. For the entire team here at Brantford Red Sox Report, heading home, we hope to see you next week.